Hi guys, welcome back. This is the fourth episode of my video series where I decided to quickly show you all of my Bluetooth speakers from the smallest one going to the largest ones. And if you haven't seen the former episodes, you can find the link in the description below. And today we will start with the largest speaker I have from Soundcore and Anker brand. This is the Soundcore Motion Plus, which, as you can see, got 4 drivers and a passive radiator in the middle. It can get really loud. It can be even used, I think, outside for an outdoor party or something like that. Its bass is not so punchy, like for example by the JBL Extreme or other similar speakers, but still it has a nice sound and also feels premium with this large white metal grill on top and this matte finish plastic at the back and the bottom. So this is the Motion Plus, and as I mentioned, this is my largest speaker from Anker. So with this speaker I also would like to show you again all my speakers from Anker. Actually, Anker started produce Bluetooth speakers, and after a while they changed the name to Soundcore. So probably for the newer speakers you will find Soundcore as a brand, not Anker, but the producer is the same. Okay, let's see the smaller ones. So this was the Anker Nano, the smallest from this brand. This was the first speaker in this series. And here is the Soundcore Mini, Anker Classic, Soundcore 2, very popular in its category, Soundcore Motion Q, the taller version with light effects, the Soundcore Flare, and the biggest one, what we checked now, is the Motion Plus. So this is my Anker collection. Let's continue with the LG's speakers. This is the LG PL7W. It's splash proof, as you can see, and I think this is probably the competitor of the JBL Charge and the Sony XB33. The design is the same, what you can find on all the new LG speakers. So these angled passive radiators, same X-Boom title carved in the back, and actually I think it's this speaker has a really good sound considering its size. I like it very much, and actually I can tell you it's quite heavy speaker and feels absolutely premium. I will just put this side by side to its competitors so you can take another look. So this is the XB33, a little bit, I would say, larger than the LG's model. And this is the Charge, which looks a bit small compared to the two others. But this is the Charge 4. I guess there is a newer model from this Charge lineup, but I don't have that one. So these are, I would say, the middle-sized speakers, which can be good for outdoor usage. So the smaller ones, like this Flip from JBL or this Sony XB23, are okay for indoor usage and for a smaller outdoor areas as well. But for example, a garden party or something like that, I think they are not powerful enough. In that case, I would choose these larger ones, or if you want to use them in a larger room. But of course, they are not so portable. They started to getting heavy. Probably the LG is the most heavy from the three. And let's finish the LG speakers with the largest one I have. This is the LG PK7. This is my largest LG speaker. Here also large passive radiators on the side. And it's also quite heavy. As you can see, there are some nice legs it stands on. Actually, this is, I could say, my daily Bluetooth speaker, so this is what I use daily. Just simply because it looks cool, I guess, on a shelf. And I also like its sound, not so bass heavy, like for example the Extreme series from JBL. We will take a look later on those models. So it's proper for listening music, watching podcast, so it's a good all-arounder. And I would say its performance is pretty good considering its price. So the speaker is not so pricey. One of my complaints that a little bit these plastics feel cheap for me. So even if I hold the speaker, these are a little bit bending, as you can see. So I can imagine that these parts can break easily. So I would say it's much more an indoor speaker than the other speakers what we have seen, even from LG, the PL7V or the JBL Extreme or the Sony's mesh fabric outdoor speakers. So I would suggest it mainly for inside usage. And as you can see, it also has some light effects. Okay, this was my last LG speaker, the largest one. So let's quickly have a final look on all the LG speakers I have. So the smallest one is the PL2, the ultra portable from LG. This is the PL5, good all-arounder, still a very portable speaker, which is good for smaller rooms or smaller outdoor gatherings. And this is the PL7, let's say my favorite currently from LG, or at least from the models I have. I think it's really great for indoor usage, for larger rooms or larger outdoor parties. This is the PK7, which is, I think it's an older model, but maybe still available, I'm not sure. And let's continue with some pretty large outdoor speaker from JBL. This is the Extreme 2 model. I think it's also pretty popular and it's also a great speaker if you like bass heavy speakers, then this is a good choice for you. This is really great for larger spaces and for outdoor usage, especially because it's very protected speaker with this mesh fabric and plastic protections. You also get a strap for it so you can carry it around. Of course, it's quite heavy, but I see people carrying this, so this is a quite good speaker. It's not the newest model. The newest one is this one. This is the Extreme 3. As you can see, it's still quite similar to the Extreme 2, but I like it more. I think it simply looks much more premium, and mainly the small nice details which makes me feel that it is a more premium model, like a little bit nicer detailed passive radiator. As you can see, it's actually now real 3D, like you can see that those exclamation mark, and has a nice metallic look. Also these protected elements on the side, and the JBL logo with this very cool looking orange accent. Looks great, I think. So I don't use it daily because for me it's a little bit too bass heavy for casual usage, like watching videos and listening podcasts or something like that. But this is a pretty good speaker. As I said, just as the Charge 4 model, it can be also used as a power bank to charge your devices. And it has these nice stand, relax. Okay, so this was the JBL, and let's continue with some speakers which are very similar to this JBL Extreme. This is from the SoundStream. As you can see, it is rather similar to the Extreme 2. The difference is that this is, while it has a mesh coverage, this got a metal grill. Otherwise, they are in the same category. I would say that this is also has a quite decent sound, but not so punchy and heavy in terms of bass, and a little bit looks less detailed and premium, but actually it's also quite solid speaker. And one interesting thing about this speaker, that it has a built-in light in the passive radiators, which it's an interesting feature. I never seen such. Besides this model, it is quite cool. As you can see, it can display different colors. The exact model of it is the SoundStream Ripples N48, and I have another similar model from SoundStream. This is the Ripples 42, and I think the main difference is that this does not have this cool looking light effect on the passive radiators, but otherwise, sound wise, they are very similar, or I can tell it's even almost the same. If you are interested in how these speakers sounds, you can find several sound comparison videos on my channel. So in this series I won't play songs on the speakers, sorry for that, but it would be really long. These were the SoundStream speakers. These are the largest one I have, so let's take a look on all the SoundStream speakers I have. So this is the SoundStream icon, which is very similar to the JBL Go. You will see that a little bit they are copying design-wise the JBL's series, but still they are doing it in a quite good quality. So this is the smallest one, the SoundStream icon. These are the SoundStream Picassos, which are somewhere middle the Flip 5 and the Charge 4. So they are resembling to this JBL model, and the two largest one that we have seen and which are similar to the JBL Extreme. And let's continue with my largest speaker from Sony. This is the Sony XB43, which, as you can see, is simply just the larger version of the XB33. This is the direct competitor of the JBL Extreme, and I can tell it's a quite heavy speaker, not so portable as the XB33. Just put them side by side. So in terms of size, it's definitely an improvement. This speaker can get really loud, so absolutely fine for, I would say, any usage. And this is comparing it to the Extreme 3. They have a quite similar sound quality. If you are interested, you can check my sound comparison videos. Okay, and let's check all the Sony speakers side by side what I have. So this is the smallest one, the X11. I don't think you can still buy it, but I don't really recommend this speaker just because it has a very flat, only highs and mediums sound profile, so it's not really good for listening to music. This is the XB01. I also would recommend to go with a one size larger speaker instead of this. This is the XB10, which is an older model, because this is the XB12, what is the recent one from this side. I can recommend this speaker, so this would be the smallest one I would recommend from Sony. I think it has a quite punchy bass considering its size, still very portable, durable, so I think it's a good choice from Sony. And a bunch of generations from the XB20th lineup. This is the XB20, XB21. This is the XB22. And this is the recent one, the XB23. From these, I would recommend this newest model. I think this has the best sound, or if you can still buy, but I don't think so, this XB20, it was also a great one. And here is the XB32 from the mid-sized speakers, and this is its predecessor, the XB32, and the largest model what we have just seen. So these were all of my Sony speakers. And this is my largest speaker from JBL, the JBL Party Box on the Go, and the last speaker I will finish this series. So this is actually my largest one, and I can really recommend this speaker. It has a really good punchy sound and provides lots of functionalities, but of course it's a very heavy one and not the most portable model. For me, it's a little bit too bass heavy for everyday usage, like watching movies or YouTube videos or something like that. But if you are looking for punchy bass, then this is a good choice. Also, it's not so pricey, so it's not much. Actually, it's not much more expensive than the Extreme 3. So I would definitely, if the size doesn't matter, I would definitely recommend buying this speaker over the Extreme 3. What I would like to highlight that it has this nice soft back, looks cool. The small labels also looks cool. Actually, you can connect guitar to it. It has a port for guitar. You can separately set the guitar volume, bass volume, treble volume, and one of its benefits and a nice accessory which included with this speaker is a wireless microphone, so yes, it can be used as a karaoke machine. And also the quality of this microphone is quite good, so not the cheapest microphone. So it's a quite versatile speaker. I think you can have lots of fun with it, so I can really recommend it, because it's, considering the functionalities it's provide and its size and sound, it's not so expensive, so it's a quite good choice. So yeah, basically this was the last speaker of this series. From these 55 speakers I tried to quickly show you. And yeah, this was my biggest speaker from the JBL. And just as a quick recap, check again all of the JBL speakers I have. So this was the largest one. Okay, so this is the smallest JBL speaker I have. This is the JBL Pop. This was designed for children and promoted as a speaker for children. I like its design. I think it looks really cool with these funny colors. However, to be honest, I haven't tested this speaker too extensively, but I would definitely recommend the JBL Go over this, so I don't really recommend buying this speaker. This is the first generation of JBL Go what I have. This is the second generation. And this is the recent one, the JBL Go 3. I would recommend the latest version of Go's from these 4 speakers. This is the JBL Clip 2, very similar to the Go, just with a clip on it. And this is the Clip 3, almost identical sound, little bit improved design. This is the Flip 4, very popular. This Flip series is very popular. I also really like it. This is the Flip 5. It was definitely an improvement as far as the sound is concerned over the Flip 4, so I would highly recommend choosing this Flip 5 model. This is the Flip Essential, which is the budget version of the Flip 5, very similar to the Flip 4, but it's not so much cheaper than the Flip 5, so I do not really recommend this one. I would choose the Flip 5. This is the Charge 4. It's a bulkier and larger model, but as we have seen, it has a single driver, so probably I would suggest a different speaker from this category, from this size category. And this is the Extreme 2. If you need some punchy bass and a nice outdoor speaker, then it's a really good choice. And this is the newest version of it, the Extreme 3. I think in terms of sound there are not so much differences. If I could choose, I would go with this newer generation just because it looks much more premium, and still there are some improvements. But if you can get the Extreme 2 with a big discount or as a used one, then it's also a good choice. So these were my JBL speakers. Okay guys, so let's finish this video here. I hope you liked this introduction to my, let's say, Bluetooth speaker collection. And if yes, then please like this video and don't forget to subscribe. Probably there will be a follow-up shorter video where I will just simply highlight some models, what I think it's worth to choose from these 55 Bluetooth speakers I have. Then see you later, and I hope you enjoyed it and you were watching the Speaker Fanatic.